AFTV, you can tell from out there, you know, I mean, everybody's very, very disappointed in that. And it was, yet again, a very frustrating afternoon for Arsenal. Lots and lots of possession, lots of the ball, lots of chances, but no goals. Well, one goal, and we go out.
Robbie, you're on the phone texting through the titles, and you're a better man than I am, because I don't even want to look at mine after that. It's embarrassing. It's really, really, really frustrating. After we spoke after the Newcastle game, I kind of expressed a slight concern that we had a big week coming up with the Newcastle game, the Man United game, and the Tottenham game, and we've seen it in the past where our seasons have kind of fallen apart in the space of a week, where you go out of one or two tournaments. And I think we had that conversation, and it's kind of a throwback to those days. And I thought as a club we'd moved on from that, and it's a real concern. The frustrating part is obviously we are talking about January, we are talking about transfers. Numbers-wise, the squad is so depleted that they have to do something. Like they're almost forced into it.
Should they be forced into it though? Should they not have foreseen what's kind of coming, right? Because I think that's the frustration of a lot of fans. We've looked at it and said to ourselves, based on what we've seen this season, we need reinforcements in those attacking areas. And it doesn't seem to be any movement on that yet. It just seems to be like, oh yeah, well, we'll have a look and see what's going on. But whereas when you speak to fans, they're like, no, we desperately need to bring in somebody that's going to give us a little kick right now.
Yeah, look, it's negligence. It's negligence on the part of the club. All elements of the club. Obviously, Edu leaving at the time that Edu doesn't necessarily help. But you have to look at it and go, if you don't get your summer transfer business done, can you bring some of that forward to January, or start to put the actions in place to get it done in January? If you can't, then you look at your summer transfer window, the next transfer window, and can you bring some of that forward? The challenge with the January window is that typically what you see in terms of people moving are people that are struggling at their clubs, or people that are kind of in really
Mamouche is not struggling. Eintracht Frankfurt, he's like the second top scorer in the league. You know.
Yeah. No, I think the challenge is, again, when you're in that sort of situation, that's probably one of those situations where City have gone, we would have done this in the summer.
Well, City
they've been proactive.
City have been in a bad situation. They've been struggling this season. Yeah. They're trying to address it. Are we? We're struggling.
No, we're not. And you look at it numbers-wise and go, you look at it numbers. So I mean, we're struggling. We're not addressing it. We're not addressing the issues. You look numbers-wise and go, we are threadbare. We are absolutely threadbare, and I think, like you said, there's a possibility we don't see Jesus for the rest of the season, based on what that injury might have been. There's a possibility we don't see Saka for the rest of the season. To not address it again is just further negligence, and it's concerning because I can't with confidence say that they're going to go in and do the work that needs to be done. Realistically, you look at it now and go, we need a minimum of 3 players to come in a January transfer window to then push on and get us through to the next part of the season. Am I confident they're going to do that? No. Massive game today, 120 minutes before you go into a North London derby. Again, negligence. It's almost the worst preparation you could ask for. They've had to go and do 120 minutes. Fine, we have to then go out and we have to then go and do our job. Havertz missing a sitter on Wednesday, missing another one today from 3 yards out.
Multiple, not just one.
And missing a penalty.
And we haven't even got to the penalty. It's frustrating. It's really, really, really frustrating. And I said the other day, we do have to start asking questions, and I think it's reasonable to ask questions. We have to be balanced when we're asking those questions, but the reality that we've got to this stage now, and it doesn't seem like we're actually even remotely close to doing the business, is what's the concerning part, because you don't want to get to a situation where we spoke about strategy the other day on Neto. You bring Neto in the summer, the game that he can play, he doesn't play. Why did we spend the time in the summer transfer window trying to get that deal over the line when there was just clearly no appetite to use him at all? So you bought a cup-tie goalkeeper, and Sorrea's got to play the games when you're not trusting a 16-year-old, and then you go into a game like today and you go, and then, like I said, and the deflatedness in the squad going into a North London derby is the worst preparation that you can kind of ask for. Okay, they've beat Tamworth, but they're coming into the game off a win, and they're going to come here.
Confidence.
They're going to come here. They're going to come here high, knowing that if they can sit in. I don't think Andrew's going to try and come here and sit in. So in some respects, they might play into our hands in that respect. But we're really, really, really asking ourselves. We're making our season harder than it needed to be by not doing the work we needed to have done in the summer, and then by coming here. Arteta knew. He spoke and said that we had a threadbare squad, we had a thin squad, we had one of the smallest squads in the league. So then you've got to have solutions to be able to kind of counter-attack that and capitalise on that. And we don't. I can't look at the club now and say that I think we're heading in the right direction.